Tinder, we're live.
You really said $10.
All right, so we have got some
Ads.
Well, oh yeah. Well, I like to keep it entertaining for the people who come in later to watch, so that they're just not like, when is this going to start? You know. All right, notification is out. All right, so let's say hi to Mind and Body Co., built on the Rock Homestead. Where to Begin Homestead, Cam Patton Family Compound, Michigan Daffodil, built, already said built on the rock, but hi again. Oh, I lost my place. I don't want to miss anybody. All the Things Acres, I think I said that too. David May, Jenny Pennington, Diamond Willow Chew, Suburban Hillbilly, welcome. Good to see everyone. It's been 2 weeks. We didn't go live last week.
I know, it was my fault.
We've got some a lot of announcements. Some are really cool, and some funny stories, some not so funny stories for you this week. So much to talk about. We had to make ourselves a cheat sheet. So let's get the bad news out of the way first. My nanny, Darlene, she's the one who she's my godmother. She lost her husband, my godfather Danny, back in December. Tragic. Well, she just had a stroke, so she's in the hospital, and we're asking for prayers for her. Oh, Abby's here.
Abby, you're supposed to be at work.
Abby's at work watching our live stream. And of course, the reason why we're not live last week is because Amy had to have not an emergency, but she had to have a wisdom tooth taken out because it was trying to drill into her brain. Not really.
It felt like it. It felt like it.
Little Frenchie, hello. So yeah, no, she had an impacted wisdom tooth, had not broken the gums, so it was a quick and easy procedure.
Infected, so yeah.
But oh, they're shy. Flower Child, welcome.
2 out of 3.
Oh, speaking of shy, that's something we didn't write down.
I'm working very hard while sitting on the floor.
Garden for Cheap is here. Welcome, Rachel. Bayou Dawn, Ben's Over Acres. Hi, everybody.
That's somebody we haven't seen in a little while. We need a visit break.
See, we were inspired. Cheyenne, our daughter, Flower Child, in the chat, is she works at florist. She is a florist. And there's Damon. Welcome, Damon. So we were inspired by Cheyenne. We went out in the yard. This is all stuff from our backyard. There's Mexican sunflowers, the pretty orange ones there. There's elderflowers here in the front. This is goldenrod. There's bone set, this other white flower back here. This one right here, this one, there's a few back here. It's in the back. That one is called Pennsylvania Smartweed.
There you go.
And of course, cattail. So anyway, nice little arrangement that we put together real quick. I thought it was cool.
Don't knock it over.
I'm being careful. Thank you for that. Hey, Rebecca, welcome. Last Thursday was busy, so I didn't need you to keep me company. After son and girlfriend left last Thursday, it was a wonderful week of games and Jeep mudding. Cool. That's awesome.
Did you video Abby being loopy from the drugs when her tooth was pulled? Abby, we did.
Abby, yes. Amy, no.
No. I actually wasn't loopy, which is surprising.
Right,
they did put me under, but I woke up and I was not groggy or anything.
No, not at all. I was expecting a challenge, honestly, because you are such a control freak.
No.
So anyway, it went well. No hangups. Metalhead Homestead. Hi and welcome. Are you new to the channel or do you have a new name?
Cattails won't split open if you spray them with hairspray.
Oh, I did not know that. Huh. That's cool. that probably makes them even more flammable too.
Yeah.
Because that's a good fire starter when they first start to open like
Yeah.
that. We might need to like check off things that we talked about.
Oh.
All right, so huge announcement, and one reason why David May is here in the chat. David is a good lifelong friend of mine.
Aren't you related?
Yeah, he's a cousin, but we're friends mostly. He has this
Kemp
big,
Patton just got all of his hellos out of the way.
nice coffee roaster. Oh, Camp Patton and Gray Man Prepping. That's both of those are Gil, by the way. So hello and welcome, Gil, twice. So David has his own big, nice coffee roaster with software and things that I don't understand.
Yeah,
so
it's a whole lot of gadgets and stuff, but it was pretty awesome to watch.
We have, we are famous for drinking coffee on our live streams. And many times this keeps me from sleeping on Thursday nights. Anyway, so we got with David, who is Bayou Mud Coffee on Facebook and website. Let me share. Well, before I do that, David, with our help, put together a blend for us that we put our name and logo on. It is Broussard Homestead approved. And he does fresh roast. He buys the raw coffee beans. He roasts them himself. He can sell the beans or the ground coffee, either way, however you would want it. And we would like to share his website where you can purchase this.
Did you copy it?
Whether you buy our blend or some other blend that he has put together, more than welcome to peruse that website. It's BayouMudCoffee.us, and it probably is going to show up. And it didn't show up as a website.
It didn't because
as a link.
Because you didn't do it right.
Amy's going to do it for me because I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm going to put the website on the screen. And there we go. Yeah, there it is. Let me do that one. All right. So this is David's website, Bayou Mud Coffee. And down here.
That is David's website.
Yeah. Well, I've got it on screen now too.
I know, but that's the link, the correct link.
So Homestead Brew, check it out. I don't know, David, do you have it on here for sale yet? I don't think so.
No.
It's going to be made to order. So once the beans come in to David,
said he should be able to start roasting within about a week.
He can take orders and then prepare the coffee for you, and that way you get the freshest product out there.
See, not yet. Waiting for delivery of beans. He don't listen.
I kind of listen. I'm
He
a
hears what he
terrible
wants.
multitasker. Did you see, like, I was just trying to press buttons and stuff, and I totally could not talk while I was doing it. Terrible. Christian Hansen, welcome. A hand grinder for whole beans. Mm-hmm. Nice.
I've got a coffee grinder, and now I have it all cleaned up. I use it for cayenne peppers, so it was a little spicy in there.
Spicy for your ear hole.
But I got it all cleaned up, and David showed me how to put ice chips through it so that it will clean the grinder blades.
Hello, Hans. David, could you answer that? How dark is the roast? I'm not sure. I just know it tastes delicious.
Looks like we should open a cafe with his products. He's really good at what he does, and he is so knowledgeable about the different types of beans. He does espresso beans. He tells
me a lot of stuff that I don't understand. Right. So that's why I'm so glad he's here.
It's a medium dark.
Shine says sexy logo.
Yeah, I left that part out.
Shine, in case you guys don't know, Shine is an absolute weirdo, and it's So awesome. I love it. All right, so we sold our bees. We got okay.
We sold the last.
We sold
beehive.
the living hive, the hive that still had bees and honey in it.
It's Bayou Mud down in my area. Bayou Mud is located in Lacassine.
1/4 mile from Broussard Homestead. Yeah. That's where it is. Is there a coupon code? We had not even thought about that. That might be a good idea. David, is that something we can work on?
See, that's a David thing. I don't know. I need to get with him on how that website works though, because
yeah, Etsy
is causing us some trouble. So our Etsy store may be down for a while. So bear with me, guys. Okay, David said I'll get with you on it.
Cool. Thank you, Dave. So we sold the bees, sold the live hive. And so that means all of the other equipment we still have, and it's still for sale. So if you're local or you don't mind making a trip, get with me and we'll talk about prices, whatever. So the way it was an older gentleman who came and bought the beehive.
I've never seen that ever done. I've never heard that even talked about being done, but he did it.
He, instead of coming one night and closing up the bees into the hive and then coming back the next morning to pick it up, he came Monday morning to look. That's what he told me. He said, I want to go check it out, see if it's what I want. Well, next thing I know, he's wanting to load it up into his truck. So he takes this piece of screen and he puts it over the entrance so no bees can get out, but none of the ones who had been foraging could get back in either.
And they're the ones that came out mad because y'all were messing around the bees.
So he left a bunch of bees, a bunch of angry, pissed off bees here for us to deal with. And it's not like we can't do anything for them because they're without a queen. Worker bees without a queen, without a hive,
they're going to die.
So they're just very angry until they're dead. That's very unfortunate. I don't like it, but that's what happened. Anyway,
that's what we were left with.
So that was, I guess, around 9-10 o'clock Monday morning that happened.
Yeah.
He came and picked that up. And then around noon.
Was it noon?
Around noon.
Okay.
By the way, if you don't know, I've been dealing with some plantar fasciitis. That's some pain in the sole of my foot. And I know I've been taking it easy. I had plans to go to the doctor later this week.
Granted, I just had a tooth pulled, so I'm still swollen, still sore, and all of this is going on. I'm
walking in the backyard, not really near the bees, and this bee starts buzzing me. And I knew, having messed with bees some, I'm no professional beekeeper, don't get me wrong. But having had the experience with the bees, I knew that this bee was about to sting me. So I was getting ready for it. So she got me in my knee. And when she did, then I noticed another one or two buzzing around me. And again, having experience with bees, I know that when they sting, they give out a pheromone that makes the others want to sting.
Well, so right before it stung you, right before it was buzzing you, it was buzzing around my head, and I walked off.
My split-second decision, my fight or flight response kicked in, and I tried to take off running, completely forgetting about the plantar fasciitis. And my foot lit up like a flame, and I couldn't put weight on it. I was in a real issue. And then Amy tells me later, because I had to get like a good 20 foot limping. I don't know how I did it to be able to get to her for her to help me walk. Hey, Evans. Hey, Christy. I see you there. So she tells me later, well, my first thought was to grab the wasp spray. What?
I was near the shed and I was trying to think, what can I grab to quickly get them away from you.
I guess it would have been better than a stick. So anyway, that was Monday, and that was a crazy afternoon. We shut down. We shut down.
Get stung.
Everything that we were working on outside. We had been trimming branches and throwing them in a burn pile and doing a bunch of just little odds and ends stuff.
It was just little bits of stuff because, like I said, I was still swollen.
So we shut that down
what I could.
and came in the house, and I rested a little while. And after I guess about an hour, I was like, because I was supposed to go to work Tuesday, and there was no way. I was like, I am not going to be able to go to work like this. So I called the doctor, and they were able to get me in that afternoon. And Hey, Patty. So I was able to get in that afternoon and get some. The doctor just prescribed steroids and rest, and ice. Yeah. So no, like he offered pain meds, and I was like, no, I can just stick with over-the-counter stuff. I'm not big on pain meds. Cajun Homestead, welcome. So once I started,
Christy said she went after a gang with a dust buster. No, plantar fasciitis is not fun.
I already had some insoles for my shoes for plantar fasciitis because 9 years ago I dealt with it in the other foot.
When the Cajun Homestead came in.
Yeah, Bill.
Garden spray bottle with water and dish soap.
So I put the insoles in my feet, in my shoes. I borrowed some crutches from David.
I don't know if I would have caught that bee with a spray bottle of watery soap though.
That was one pissed off bee.
I know. You'd have been like all kinds of sudsy. I'd have had to spray you like a freaking bubble bath because they were on you like crazy.
So anyway, I started the steroids on Tuesday, and by that night I was feeling really good. Like it was no
so good you didn't sleep.
I was really worried because as bad as it hurt, I thought I tore something.
Yeah. And
fortunately I didn't, because I didn't lose any mobility in the foot or anything. I didn't even have to get an MRI or whatever. So
don't jump too fast.
So that was that. What you got next?
This one, but hold off.
That's a funny one. Oh boy.
Oh, we can talk about the deer meat we got.
Yep. My friend Tate, who is a coworker of mine and a fellow fireman.
Cortisone shots help greatly when you can't handle plantar fasciitis anymore.
Mr. Clean.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know if I would want to do a injection in my foot.
I've had cortisone shots in my back, my lower back.
Yeah. But,
and I don't know if I could. I cut my underneath of my big toe one time out at Kinder Pump is what they call it. It's like a little beach out. But I cut my toe on some glass that was in the sand or something, and they had to deaden it so they could clean that up. I didn't even have to get stitches in that. But anyway, they take this little tiny needle, and they stuck it between my toes, and I was like, to deaden it. And I was like, oh hell, that was no fun at all.
Even though I said I'm allergic to ibuprofen, he handed me a prescription for ibuprofen.
What?
Wow. I've never heard of anybody being allergic to ibuprofen, but
sounds like that doctor needs to pay attention.
Yeah. Wow.
That's a good way to get somebody seriously ill or hurt.
Okay, so we're still going to talk about the deer meat.
Mm-hmm. My friend and coworker Tate is a deer hunter. He loves to hunt. He hunts ducks, everything. Well, he went up. He took a trip up to Missouri and got some deer meat, and he ended up sharing some of that with us. And well, I mean, it was more of a barter because in return we gave him lots of fresh peppers and some cowboy candy and some barbecue sauce.
There was a
bunch of stuff, a bag of stuff. So we've got some deer meat that our little stock of deer meat has been refreshed. thanks to Tate.
Gil said he had plantar fasciitis and a chiropractor helped him to get rid of it. Took about 8 months.
Oh, that's cool. I bet it. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm not going to get into that, but that makes perfect sense. Grammy Karen, good to see you. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I can mention that. Earlier today, we had hit 4,900 subs. Then at some point we lost one, so it's showing again 4.89K, whatever.
Yeah.
So we're getting there, just slow.
I learned a year ago.
Remember, once we hit the 5,000 mark, that's when we have a huge giveaway planned.
Yeah. See, Michigan Daffodil said, I learned a year ago that steroids build up in our system, in our bones, and cause bones to weaken over time.
I try not to take steroids whenever possible. Also, antibiotics. I try to stay away from antibiotics as much as I can because that ruins your gut.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I was on 2 last week.
It's time for some yogurt. Probiotics.
Well, I take probiotics. I don't eat yogurt because that's the.
Steroids are bad.
Gross.
Yes. Antibiotics, when used improperly, antibiotics are bad too. Antibiotics strip all of the bacteria, all of the beneficial bacteria out of your guts. So you have to put that back. I'll toss in a couple of bags of beans with your giveaway if you like. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you can toss a couple of bags of beans over
For
here.
sure. You have to give them away though. That's the rule.
I know. They're really good though.
Silver.
That coffee is really smooth. Oh.
How is Kate? It's Kate Howell. Kate is well.
As far as I know, Kate is well. I have not talked to her this week. With the whole tooth issue and your nanny in the hospital and your foot and
Dolores, hello.
Yeah, all that mess. I have been
a frost possible? Wait, where are you, Dolores?
Oh, speaking of Kate.
There's Kate.
I was just saying that I haven't heard from you.
That's refreshing. Hi, Kate.
I'm so glad to see that name. Kate has not been live in a little while, and it's throwing off my Sunday afternoon.
Golden seal and echinacea instead of antibiotics. That's cool. 13 kits.
Golden seal.
Oh yeah, fresh rabbits. Yeah, we've got 3 to butcher. It would have been 4, but just out of the blue, somebody came and bought one, so that was cool. Oh, Dolores is in Western Kentucky. Almost missed it. Okay, that makes sense then. Yeah, we're not close to frost yet. We're down here in Southwest Louisiana, where it was quite warm today.
I managed to find organic yogurt to eat after antibiotics. Did help, but need more. I take what's called acidophilus, which is the same bacteria that's in yogurt. But it's in peel form.
Is it just me, or does acidophilus sound like a dinosaur with a big butt?
Stop. Wow.
Oh, you can check that out.
You screwed me all up there.
Oh yeah, Sean, our friend from North Shore Preparedness, is home from the hospital and doing pretty good. Pretty good. He's set up with some home health, right? He was live yesterday. I missed it.
I don't know if he's set up with home health or not.
I missed his live stream yesterday, but I texted with him a little bit late yesterday evening.
I didn't get the notification.
I didn't either, but I was signed into my other account on my phone, so that's why I didn't get it.
Yes, Sean, North Shore Preparedness was in the hospital. He was having some issues with some blood clots in his legs.
Carpenter Self-Reliance.
And
good to see you. It's been a while.
That threw me off.
Sean, I think Sean got set up with some home health.
Sean is now home. He's been in the hospital for a little while.
I was getting to that, Suburban. Thank you. Yeah. Sean had his head and his beard shaved live yesterday. I went back and watched some of it after he told me that in a text.
Is he better now? He is better. He is dealing with the pain. He's got some upcoming appointments to deal with, some ongoing medical issues, but at least things are getting going now. He is in great spirits. I've been kind of keeping up with him a little bit here and there. I have not touched base with him this week, or well, not recently this week. So I need to do that. I missed his live apparently because well, there was one he did a test live.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the notification until the next morning when I woke up.
That's because like he's all hours of the night now.
I know.
Can't meet all. Can't get into all of those.
I know, but I try to catch as many as I can.
Sean he's such a character. I love it. Oh, you saw him on Pinball.
Awesome.
Pinball's another good guy. I don't know Pinball like I know Sean though.
KJ had troubles with blood clots early. Oh yeah. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I know they were treating him for a couple of different things.
Bayou Bell sweet potatoes. I don't know. We didn't write down when we put our sweet potato slips in, so I'm not sure when they're going to be ready, but they are every stinking where.
Yeah.
In those raised
the vines are. The vines are, yeah.
Right. All right, Metal, thank you for joining us for a little while. I appreciate that. Hope you enjoyed the stream.
Well, yeah, we need to check on those sweet potatoes.
What else we got?
Gil said temps here for Idaho.
Yeah, I don't know how. I bet our high today was still in the high 80s.
Oh yeah, it was 88 outside a while ago.
It was warm.
But 90 to 110 days. Yeah, well, the problem is you're supposed to write down when you plant them.
Yeah.
And I didn't do that, so we're just gonna pick a day and guess. We've been dealing with
over 90 days.
Can we garden year round? Pretty close.
Usually.
Yeah.
But you know things are changing, so who knows? Normally in the wintertime,
I got it, Carrie.
We'll have things like the brassicas, like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, those things from that family of plants. We can grow those, cabbage, we can grow those over the wintertime here. Turnips, garlic and onions usually can go in. The old folks rule on the garlic and onions was plant when the kids go to school and harvest when they get out of school. So that's like a long growing period for those. And we did those one year and we ended up like, we ran out of garden beds.
Rachel said the high there was 89 today. It's 81 now.
Miss Patty, the tinker's wife. Welcome.
I'm showing 79 right now here, which
mustard green.
It's a little warmer than it has been overnight, but it still feels so much better than the triple digits.
Simply Jan. Hey, Jan. Beets. We had tried beets one year, and they didn't.
It's not just us. My daddy told me the same thing. That man can grow pretty much anything, and for whatever reason, beets don't do well. I think our soil is not right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could try again. That was in ground. That was before we did raised beds.
I know, but Daddy was saying that his didn't work either. See, you don't listen. It's 83 where Kate is. So Kate and Rachel are a little bit warmer than us, and they're over there.
All right, let's see what else we got.
Rachel's north of us and Kate's pretty far to the west.
Rachel's like northwest.
It's weird though because it's 6 hours from here to Kate. It's 6 hours from here to Rachel, and it's 6 hours from here to Susan.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who wants to be our 6 hour friend on the east?
Right. So if we go 6 hours south, somebody's living in an island or on a boat
In the
somewhere.
middle of the Gulf of Mexico.
84 inside the house with a few open windows. We didn't open the house this afternoon. We've had a lot of crazy people.
Oh, it's 6 hours from Rachel to Kate too.
Yeah.
So it's like our own Bermuda Triangle between us and Rachel and Kate.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's where everyone disappears.
Stop. We've had a lot of people burning in the area. So
Missouri? No, I bet it's a lot more than 6 hours to Missouri.
No, from here to southeast Arkansas is
Arkansas.
right at 6 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the Homestead Triangle. There you go.
Canadian and Nunya. Welcome, guys.
We come up with a logo.
Oh, Sonny's place. Hey, Emma. All sorts of cool folks in here tonight. What else we got? It's been so dry.
Yes.
So dry.
The
We're in a
weather has
drought
been
again.
nicer. The weather has been nicer. The humidity has been lower. But yeah, we are in a drought, and they announced yesterday that we're under a burn ban now. So, but the burn ban here does not apply to agricultural burn, and everybody under the sun is burning the levees in their fields. So it's been pretty smoky lately and dry and dusty.
Oh,
so,
Emma's watching from her hotel room in Front Royal, Virginia. Do you know what that means?
they're at the Homestead Conference.
Homesteaders of America
Yep.
is this weekend.
I'm 12 hours
Jealous.
from Shreveport. Made it before in 10 and a half. Oh,
God. Is that Kate?
no.
Kate's a lead foot.
That's Carpenter Self-Reliance.
Jeez.
Kate would make it in 2 hours.
There's Miss Lippy. Hello, darling.
Thought it was 8.
Guess who is coming to our homestead at the end of October? The end of October cannot get here fast enough.
I even have it right on the calendar. Lippy days.
That would be Miss Lippy.
Oops.
That's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna have to get off my duff and make some videos
From where to
during
where?
that time for
From
sure.
anywhere to anywhere, Kate would make it in about 2 hours.
No, I'm sorry. I wish it was Kate too.
I know.
I wish you could all be here. That would be awesome.
That would be great.
I miss y'all. Miss Kate and Rachel.
We need to do some visiting.
Grammy Karen's never been here. I haven't met Grammy Karen though. Such a sweet lady.
I noticed yesterday the burn ban sign was turned down. So okay to burn brush. Huh.
Oh, that's different. I don't know what that means. That's not something that we do.
No, well, they just put it out on like social media and news.
We have
sites.
like along the coast they have these like hurricane flags.
Yeah.
I've seen those.
I had dinner. Okay, wait. Can't even remember day and time of live. I'll send an SOS for rescue on my travel. That's okay. For that week, you'll be here for the live stream. So if you miss it, then that's going to be really bad.
Wait. You can't light the fire pit? No, a burn ban doesn't apply to enclosed flames. Well, I say that might be a parish thing.
Yeah, I was always under the.
There's
We
a lot-
were always told if it's a contained burn, like a
Contained, that's what I
barbecue
meant.
pit or like a fire pit, that you're just like small. It's a small fire. It's contained. It's not going to spread anywhere. You're not throwing like paper ashes or anything all over the place. Then
I know here that's okay.
yeah.
I don't know about your place. You might want to check on that.
Setting goodies aside, can't wait to visit. Well, you don't have to bring anything, Lippy, just you. Signs they can flip up or to hide or open to show no burning.
Just make sure, Lippy, just make sure that allow extra space in your vehicle for when you leave from here.
Yeah,
because,
ask Kate. She needs a truck.
Because no one leaves Broussard Homestead empty-handed.
Yeah, Lippy's in a burn ban too. But Michigan said burn bans in Michigan allow a small contained fire. See, that's how we are.
Every once in a while, we have repairmen or contractors come in, and they leave with canned goods and all kinds of extras.
Yes, sir. I drive a big SUV. Well, we've been
Lippy's going to be here from the
26th to the 28th.
26th through the 28th. Wow, somebody just commented on one of our videos and says butter is now $14.78 at Sam's, but it doesn't say how many.
Yeah,
I know the ones at Sam's, I think they come in like a 4-pound package.
Even still,
that's goodness. Speaking of prices,
yeah,
we were OPEC just decided to cut their production by 2 million barrels a day. So what is that mean? What's gonna happen? Well, gas prices are gonna go up. Some places they have already started. I think Michigan Daffodil has some info on that in her area. But you got to remember too, though, when the gas prices go up, see, that's based on the oil production, right? So that affects not only the gas prices, but also the diesel prices. Big trucks run on diesel. When the diesel prices go up, your grocery prices go up.
The problem is the gas came down and the diesel prices didn't.
When the diesel prices go up or stay high, everything that gets moved by a big truck, those prices go up.
Bricks of butter here, $5.99 each and higher.
Canadian. And if you think about it,
is that like a 1 pound thing of butter?
Just about everything. Everything gets moved by big trucks.
Yep.
Or trains. Trains also run on diesel. Ships run on diesel.
Eggs.
Oh, plastic items go up too. Yeah, plastic is a petroleum product.
We were told this week that eggs in our area are $4 a dozen.
That's for the basic.
That's the cheapest
eggs at the grocery store. $4 a dozen.
And we sell our fresh eggs for $4. It's $4 for an 18-pack. $4.65 for a half pound of butter. Oh my gosh!
Wow, that's crazy.
Wait, Rachel said gas is $3.19 here, but it bounces to $3.39 back and forth.
Okay.
Gas here is $2.99. It was down to $2.74, $2.76, something like that.
Oh yeah, sure. Joe's gonna fix it. Yeah, but not fix it in the way it needs to be fixed. Fix it the way. Never mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Kate said, "Customers who love me, I sell them for $1 a dozen." Wow. Well, they're going up right now because of some kind of bird flu that was going around, and they've lost a lot of chickens.
Yeah, Cajun Homestead, we do too. $4 for an 18-pack. That's how we sell ours. So what can we do about it? What can we do about the higher food prices? Well,
grow your own.
Grow your own. But you can't grow everything that you need. And that's why bartering is so important. What's the benefits of bartering? Well, if I have eggs and you have rabbit meat, examples, I have both, but whatever. Well, I have an abundance of eggs. You have an abundance of rabbit meat. We trade. And the beauty of bartering is that it is a non-cash transaction and cannot be taxed.
That can't be right. Gas went up $6 a gallon in Shreveport today. That can't be right. Up to maybe.
That's a lot. Get the stupids out of seats. Well, looking forward to November.
Yeah.
This is what we need. This country needs a change in those seats. 100%.
The
We're
nature
going to lose it if we
preserve
don't.
near me was forced by the state to euthanize all of its birds due to the bird flu. Ostriches and emus were even euthanized.
Oh my goodness.
You'll need to barter when we go to digital monetary system. Yeah. Yep. And that's what we're doing.
That's coming too.
Yeah.
That's in the works. That's not a conspiracy theory. That is in the works.
That's another thing. It costs so much now to grow your own beef and pork. Yeah. Yep. And they're trying to make it that way so that people can't rely on their own. What you can't grow on your own, buy locally. Buy as much local as you can. Stay away from your big box stores and things like that. Lippy says she paid $3.49 a gallon for gas. That's high.
Well, it would be high for us. I don't
Yeah.
know what's normal in Shreveport area. Set up your bartering now before. Yes, make those relationships before. Yeah. That's exactly right. I preach that constantly, Gil, and I know you do too. I'm gonna refill my cup.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing we've been doing is stocking as much as we can. We're getting ready to breed our rabbits. 1 pound of butter is $4.97. Oh my God. You know, I saw it for $4 something today.
That's what we used to pay for 2 pounds.
The other day when we went to town,
yeah,
I saw it. It was $4 something for butter.
I know,
but we didn't need any, so I wasn't really focused on it. I thought that was just like a name brand.
It can be a little more expensive to shop with like mom and pop and locally owned people, but we should do that as much as we can afford to do it. You get higher quality, you get a more personable experience. Prep for Eternity, welcome, Brother Donnie, good to see you. And the money that you spend stays in your local community. It doesn't get sent off to some bigwig's pocket.
Trying to find other ways to feed my animals. Last 2 bags of chicken layer and last bag of rabbit pellets had clumps of moldy feed. $15 for 25-pound bag of rabbit feed.
They got wet.
Yeah. We try to shop as locally as we can on as many things as we can.
It's not often that we can afford it.
Right.
But we do as much as we possibly can. Like I love to go to farmers markets. Last time we went, not last time, but one of the most recent times we went, we found like a local beef producer.
Yeah.
They also have pork. We find people who have all sorts of different kinds of canned goods, homemade products, people who put
jalapeno mustard,
love and attention into making whatever it is instead of just coming out of a machine.
Mm-hmm. Chickens are learning to eat things like skins and core from the pairs. Yeah. Another way to cut your feed costs would be to use a chicken tractor and move them around.
Yeah.
Most people don't realize chickens don't need commercial feeds. You know, they don't need a whole lot of commercial feeds anyway. Food scraps and put them to work in the garden, in the yard, you know, just keep them moving.
And something else too, we are very spoiled. Our ancestors just 60, 70 years ago, our grandparents, they didn't necessarily have meat for every meal.
Right.
They didn't necessarily eat 3 times a day. They didn't necessarily stay full.
Yeah.
They worked and they did the best that they could. They didn't have $200,000 homes that are just full of bling and just, status symbols.
Plant fence row to front fence row. Keep what you need, trade the rest. Yeah.
And they weren't overweight either. There was not an obesity epidemic that long ago. That's why I say we are spoiled, and I'm looking at myself. Mr. Buddy, hello.
Well, and that's the thing though. They didn't eat meat every meal back then. They didn't eat meat every day back then.
Right.
But when they did, it wasn't beef, pork, and chicken every time either. At least not around here.
Kate's got some good points there.
Fish, squirrel was eaten a lot here.
Right. Wild game.
Yeah.
Other sources of protein, nuts.
Yeah, beans. Beans were used a lot here.
Peanut butter.
You can learn a lot about stretching your food budget by using things like gravies and sauces, crackers and meatloaf to stretch. Yeah, yeah. Well, here in the South, we know a lot about gravies. And I think that's why we eat so much rice here in this area, because it really stretches a meal.
Goodness, Karen. Prayers for him. Oh, Kate says we had a bunch of Caracara move into our neighborhood and we're losing pets and small animals. If you don't know Caracara, Kate's late husband, David, taught us about this bird. It's a bird of prey that looks very similar to a bald eagle, except it's got this little black mohawk. That's crazy. That's unfortunate.
I can buy a 10-pound bag of whole kernel feed corn for $2 in my local feed store. That's impressive. I know people around here are buying deer corn because it's whole dry corn.
Yeah.
And they're running it through a grinder, and it's the same thing, but they can get it for $5 a bag versus the same stuff at the feed store for chicken feed.
Yeah.
Is $12 a bag.
Just because it's run through the mill.
Yep.
Wow. Oh, I've heard horror stories about dealing with the VA.
Grandma Karen.
Goodness. So what we've been doing lately, when Amy and I feel like it, because she had the tooth surgery.
Sad thing about Caracara, they kill their prey by capturing them, flying way high, and then dropping the animal. Oh.
Bill wants to make a gumbo with it.
Yeah, bring it here. There actually are Caracara here.
That's how we learned about it, because we saw one.
We took a picture of it
here at the pond
and showed it to David. Yeah.
So anyway, between
Caracara is a bird. It's a bird of prey.
Yeah. Prepper Book Club, welcome. So Amy had the tooth surgery. I had the foot issues, but as we can, when we feel like it, and we've got the energy and the now that the weather is much nicer than it was, because the humidity, you could cut it with a knife.
Oh, it was like
just
breathing
like a month
water.
ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we've been out kind of clearing and cleaning and just knocking the summer off of stuff.
Yeah.
And just like, because now is the time, now that the growing season for those things, those spring and summer plants, is coming to an end. Now is the time to save seed, like the native persimmons that are here. I've been collecting the seed off of those.
Yep, we collected mullein seeds. We're getting ready to collect some more basil, because I've got some cinnamon basil.
Some things are just now starting to go to seed, like the Malabar spinach.
Yeah, that's late. Really late.
But we can still harvest the greens, so that's a good thing. Yeah. Today we got out and we cut the little pups off of the daylilies to start new plants. And these are all things that we're going to include in the new food forest in the front yard.
The strawberries, we're gonna be dividing those up because
Yeah.
there's probably hundreds of them.
Oh,
Hey, Lippy,
Lippy's
do you
bringing
need?
us a loquat tree.
Oh,
I
that's
love
awesome.
that. That is so cool.
Hey, Lippy, do you happen to need strawberry plants? Because if so, I can.
We're going to
hook you
have,
up.
will
We
we,
sell mullein seed. No, I'm not going to sell any this year. I only harvested off of one plant so far, and I want to make sure that I've collected it properly and that it will regrow.
Kate says my Malabar is now climbing the middle shelves they grow on. That's
Okay,
cool.
Lippy wants strawberries.
You got it. That was in the spring. We've got a 4-foot by 8-foot bed, raised bed that our strawberries are in. We started out with like 24 plants. No, 20 plants, I think. 20
Oh,
or
the ones we
25.
ordered.
When
we ordered it,
first
it was
started.
25.
It was 25.
Yeah.
We started out with 25. We ended up like this bed was full. We were able to sell or give away or share or barter at least 200 to 300 plants.
Yeah.
And then we took 18 of the prettiest plants that we wanted to keep, and we put those back in the bed. It is full again. Full.
Well, not only is it full, but they're running over the sides.
Yeah, and that was after tending to these 18 plants, because in order for them to make the most berries that they can make, you have to keep cutting off the little runners so that they don't make more plants, so that they can put their energy.
And we cut the runners for a while.
For a couple of months we did.
And
so,
it's just
crazy.
Are like everywhere. You can't see the dirt in that bed at all.
A Texas brown tarantula.
Oh.
That's another thing too that I forgot to write down. We were working in the little area this morning where we do our plant stuff, and I looked down and there's a snake just hanging out, just sitting there, and it was a water snake. They're non-venomous, so it I got the chills because it's a snake, and then when I realized it wasn't a venomous snake, I grabbed it. I took our little grabber and was grabbing at it, and I tried to bring it out to the pond because that's where I know they like to hang out. But it ended up going toward underneath the shed, and Amy said, "Let it go because it can go eat those rats." And I was like, "Oh, great idea!" So I did.
As long as I know what type of snake it is, and I know to look that there might be a snake in the area, I'm good.
Yeah.
I know to look for it, so I'm good with it. Oh, Lippy says she lost all 30 of hers because of the drought. And see, we have them in a raised bed, but we mulch them with pine shavings. That's the only thing I mulch them with, and I don't really water a whole lot.
We did hay when we first started out. We did hay.
Yeah, but I did pine shavings.
That's some really healthy soil in that bed too, though.
It is.
So a dead snake on the road.
That's supposed to say water snake.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Unless that snake is going to Vegas.
That's just frustrating. I want to make tea from the leaves. Don't necessarily want the fruit. Yeah, see, Kate makes tea from the leaves.
I haven't done that.
We have not tried that yet. And there is a ton.
I've got to try eating the sweet potato leaves too, because you guys have told us that the sweet potato leaves.
You can eat those. They're all sappy and they're sticky, and I don't know.
Been thinking about installing a mister above my strawberry bed.
As long as it's not a missus. I would recommend a soaker hose, because in the heat you don't want to mist the leaves too much. Then you're gonna get like a powdery mildew on them.
Oh.
So
I'm wearing a fan. Kate says tea from strawberry leaves.
Yeah. Kate makes tea from strawberry.
How do you process the sweet potato leaves to make them edible? I think you chew them.
No, there's a way you can saute them and stuff, but I think you can eat them in just like raw in salads and stuff too. So I don't know, I haven't tried. But when I cut the branches back, because they're spilling out
Oh,
of
yeah.
these huge
Free rabbit
beds.
food, free chicken food. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I've been feeding them to the chickens, to the rabbits. But guys, I'm filling up a 55-gallon trash can of cuttings off of those sweet potato vines. And it's probably, I could probably fill it probably 2.5 times.
The drought was terrible this year. It was weird for us here in Southwest Louisiana. I don't, it was probably not this way for everyone, but like it was a couple of months of drought and then like a month, maybe a month and a half of just freaking monsoon.
Yeah.
Near floods and then back to drought again.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
They leave a slimy film taste. Oh, see? No. Nope. Cook sweet potato leaves like spinach, chard. Nope.
All about texture.
And see, I can eat okra and it's slimy and I love it. I don't know.
Okay, she's just a weirdo.
But that's what I was raised on. When I was a little kid, I was following Pawpaw in the okra patch.
So
and he would cut the okra in here. You know, he'd wipe it off with his shirt and say, "Here, chew on that." I was a kid, probably crawling at some point.
Sweet potato leaves like spinach, good but chewy. See, I don't know. Chewy leaves. That doesn't sound good.
I'll leave them for the rabbits. Sweet potato fries are good. Yes.
Amazing. Yes.
I can eat the sweet potato themselves, like just any kind of way. I don't need anything on it. I don't have to like sweeten it or anything. But
you know what I would love? I would love to get a hold of somebody. I would love to get a hold of somebody who could get me just a little piece of sugar cane for me to chew on. I haven't.
No, I'd like to.
I did that once in my life.
I'd like to get a piece of sugar cane that we can grow.
Well, sure. And
I know where I can get them.
I do too.
But I have to catch them when the freaking Etsy store is available. And I swear that woman posts that they're up on Etsy. You click to go to Etsy and they're gone.
Yeah, but you don't realize. You don't realize we have a direct link through Miss Liffy.
I know the getting place. Yeah, Danny wanted to grow them. Yeah. And I would love to get a couple of starts to get them going here.
I'm making hook you up.
Because man, that would be something. And I don't want to grow a lot of it. I'm not talking about fields and fields and fields. They make cane syrup and stuff with it.
Yeah, I'll see you there. Take it easy, dude. I hope I caught you before you left.
But they make cane syrup with it. Oh man.
Oh, is it CM Farms? No, it's the other one.
It's Grant.
Grant Tree Farm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've got they do
the old style. Danny does it with his mower.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that.
And I know he has before. I think it's his mower that runs round and round and round, getting the syrup thing going. At Grant Tree Farm, they do it with a they call it an ass. It's a donkey.
Beer. Well, the thing of it is, Henry, there's like acres and acres and acres, like a mile down the road. But I just don't know who to talk to.
Yeah, don't go into the field.
No, of course not.
That's theft, and you will get arrested.
Wanda rides in circles on the mower.
Yes.
Wow, that's cool.
Grant Tree Farm, they use a donkey that's trained to do that, and surely they switch them out.
I'm sure.
Yeah. But it's really cool to go and watch. Drought is in third year here. And well, chicken slowed way down. Oh,
yikes.
Oh yeah, that syrup is amazing. The cane syrup is absolutely wonderful. You can get it at Grant Tree Farm. You can buy it there. It's made right there, pretty much in front of you. Um, and it's really cool. I like going up there, but I buy too much stuff.
Now is the time of year
I
to do
know.
all sorts of stuff.
I know.
Like tomorrow evening, there's a town. There's a
Cajun
town
Homestead
here.
said I have a cane mill that needs restoring.
Oh, cool. There's a town near here called Broussard.
Yeah.
It's near Lafayette, Louisiana. And tomorrow evening, there is a Broussard family meetup because all of the Broussards reap what you sow. Wow. Hey, guys. Goodness, it's been a long time. So.
Oh, wow. I was looking for.
Threw me off my
I got lost. I was looking for a comment.
So anyway, there's a Broussard meetup in Broussard because all of the Broussards came from one guy, Joseph Broussard de Beausoleil, and we're all descendants of his. So
That dude was pretty busy then.
what?
There's a lot of Broussards in this area.
You know, back in the day, people had like 15, 20 kids.
Yeah, that's. You know why? Because they put them to work. They were smart.
Well, yeah, the older kids raised the younger kids. Yeah. Anywho, Kate's asking if I'm going. We're talking about it.
We'd like to,
but I don't know if we can fit it into our schedule because we have so much.
Well, we
that
are
want to
waiting on
accomplish
someone
here.
to come tomorrow to look at some bee equipment. So
Yeah, that too. I need more kids. I imagine the art of making children back then was very different because, like,
yeah, let's not.
Surely.
Let's not.
surely kids were not conceived in the summertime in Louisiana. Chuck, oh my God, I can't imagine.
No, but that's
I
why
can't imagine.
everybody. That's why everybody's birthdays are in June, July, and August.
Right. I can't imagine. Zoo of Acadiana and Broussard. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been there. That's been
Yeah.
a long time, but yeah.
Oh God, Abby was in school, like little school.
No, as a matter of fact, the last time you and I went. Oh, did we go?
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking of the one in Baton Rouge when you and I went and it was so damn hot. Like the animals
yeah.
didn't even want to
Yeah.
be seen. It was so hot.
Yeah. I guess I probably won't go since I'm also adopted Broussard.
That's
Well, if
great.
you're going to Broussard, you better make a stop because you're gonna pass us first. Just you can stop here. We'll do our own little reunion. We don't even have to go over there. Oh, okay. Before the night is over with,
Oh, yeah.
we have to talk about this one.
Okay. Might as well.
Okay, we were standing on the front porch last night, and Abby comes out or close to the door, and she says, "Hey, Dad, can I get your help with something?" And he's like, "Yeah, okay, give me just a second." She says, "There's an angry bug in my closet." This kid is freaking out.
There's a really angry bug in my closet. She said, I was like, what? She said, it sounded like it's in the wall. I'm like, well, if it's in the wall, I can't do anything about it. She's like, well, maybe not. Come see. So we go in there and she's like, she steps into the closet and she like touches something and it leaves. And it didn't make a noise. So she touched something else and she left. It didn't make a noise. Well, finally she had a pair of pants wadded up on the floor. She kicked that and you could hear it.
She said it's revving up like an engine.
Like a motorcycle, she said. So I was like, oh my God, whatever it is, it's in that pair of pants. And it was loud and I didn't know what I was up against.
After the bee sting with his foot.
I was
That was great.
very cautious. So
It was great.
So I reached down and I grabbed it and I'm like, I'm picking apart this pants. And finally, like I see it and I'm like, what? Because I just, again, still didn't know what it was, how big it was. It was not a cicada, it was a carpenter bee.
This big
And
black and yellow fluffy carpenter.
No, not fluffy. No, the carpenter bees
No?
are not fluffy.
Well,
Those-
okay, they just chunky, whatever.
Yeah, it's
But,
a
like,
chunk.
They don't sting, but they're like loud. And when they get stuck somewhere, I've had one stuck in the outside sink, and I was looking all over the place trying to figure out where the sound was coming from. And that's what it echoes. It really.
So I told Abby, I said, tomorrow night on the live stream, I'm going to tell people Abby had a bee in her pants. Fortunately, she was not wearing the pants at the time.
Yeah. What happened? She hung. We've been hang drying all of our clothes. Well, apparently, when she hang dried all of her clothes, she did a load of clothes yesterday morning.
Mhm.
When she pulled them all in, that bee was in there, and it got stuffed in her closet some kind of way.
How is that? Abby's working a double at Clean Juice today, and she was in the chat here a little while ago. So was Cheyenne, actually, our other daughter, one of our other daughters.
Abby's doing really good, really, really good. She stays so busy though. She's got ACT coming up again, and then she's finishing up her. Well, she's got one this semester is her last class of high school.
One
She's,
class.
Yeah, she's also taking one class at McNeese for college, which is an English composition, I think. And then she's already she's filling out scholarship forms, and she's done her FAFSA, and she's got to. There was something else she's got to do. She's setting up her schedule for next semester.
Yeah.
Which she'll be taking 4 college classes.
Yesterday she had a day off from everything, and so we.
Well, no.
Well, okay. Well, she
took
missed
a day
a class.
off.
She missed her high school class, but she was able to watch a recording, whatever. But she didn't have to go anywhere.
She slept through that class.
So yeah, she came out. She's like, "It's 9 o'clock. Why didn't anybody wake me up?" Well, who cares? Sleep in a day. You deserve it. So she was home all day. We all were here all day. No, you had to go to your appointment in the morning.
Oh yeah, we went.
So we went and did that. But anyway, I made a chili and cornbread. Of course, our scratch cornbread that we have that video for, and it's so good. It could be eaten
cricket trapped in a ceiling light fixture.
The cornbread could just be eaten like all sorts of ways.
Oh, there's
cornbread
Joe
is
and
so
Sheila.
versatile. Well, hey, Joe and Sheila.
But it says Joe, father of Lawrence, and not Lawrence. It does not anywhere in that name say Sheila, so you got to change it.
Chili and cornbread. Chili and cornbread. And then Abby made chocolate pudding from scratch.
Oh, that was so good.
That was good.
She made dark chocolate pudding.
Dark chocolate pudding. So smooth.
Oh man, it was so good.
It's such, making stuff from scratch is such a far cry from the instant stuff. And growing up the way I did, I had no idea. I thought pudding came in a box. Like that was the way to make it. I didn't know you could make it any other kind of way. Anyhow, that's where we get.
She found a recipe online and kind of followed the recipe.
Cornbread topped with butter and cane syrup. Oh, Abby made some honey butter to go with the cornbread. Oh, I've got an idea for a video.
Oh, stop. Okay.
I'm sure I'm not gonna make it.
I'm gonna leave you.
This is funny, and those of you that know me know that this is so me. I want to make a video and title it "Honey Butter Made with 2 Simple Ingredients." And in the video, I'll just hold up honey and hold up butter and go, "I don't know what you were thinking."
You're so dumb.
Oh Lord, she left me alone. Thank you, Henry, for sharing that that video link. That is yet dad joke. That is my favorite cornbread recipe, and it's from scratch. In fact, I became the cornbread guy at the firehouse. There's Sheila. Hey, darling. Um, One day somebody brought some Jiffy cornbread mix, corn muffin mix, and my captain was like, "You can take that stuff back to the store because this guy's making the cornbread." I was like, "All right, I guess that solidifies it." And it's a real simple recipe. Something I had found online. I didn't even tweak it at all. It's somebody else's recipe. Sweet cornbread just ain't right. Ah, yes, it is. That's how you do cornbread. Suburban, you must be from Arkansas. Just, I'm being silly. We joke. We've got our friends, Grow Where You Planted Homestead, Wayne and Susan from Southeast Arkansas, and she made cornbread for us when we went to visit for Thanksgiving one year. And Jiffy is sweet and that's nasty? No, get out of here. Get out of here. I love sweet cornbread. Anyway, Susan made cornbread for us, and it was not what I was expecting. The cornbread was more like, this is going to sound offensive, and I don't want to. I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody. The cornbread looked like angel food cake and tasted like a Popeye's biscuit without butter. The cornbread that I make, yes, it's sweet. I don't know how to describe it. It's just heaven. Very buttery. I put a lot of butter in mine or on mine. Jiffy's not bad. The apple cinnamon? I haven't had apple cinnamon Jiffy. But Tennessee and Georgia. Okay. All right. So that's north south. I love sweet cornbread. That's what I've always known, you know. That's like pecan, the word pecan. Some people say pecan. Well, that's something different to me. A pecan is a can of sweet peas. Hillbilly Central, I like it. Central Southern. Head down and start for the door. A pecan is a porta potty. Seymour. I like to eat cornbread with chili, like we had last night. Um, Cornbread goes good with red beans and rice, um, black eyed peas and rice. It can be eaten. My pot aunt. My okay. Sorry, that was a Cajun word. My godfather loved to break up cornbread and put it in milk and eat it like that. Oh, with beef stew, that sounds good too. Yeah. Anything that you could eat with crackers, I guess, would probably be really good with cornbread. You can eat it for breakfast. Pour steams over your cornbread. Oh, before it's cooked? Huh. That's something I'm going to have to try. Cornbread and pinto beans or beef stew. Oh, yeah, any soup, right? I've never had cornbread with gumbo. That just doesn't sound right. I'm sure it could go good with any rice and gravy, though. Sounds legit. Oh, anybody who Steens is cane syrup. It's a brand. Cracklins in cornbread.
Oh,
What?
somebody asked what steamed syrup is.
Yeah, I just answered. Steen's is a brand of cane syrup. Comes in a yellow can.
Tell Joe about the coffee.
Yeah, Joe and anybody else who wasn't here to see the announcement earlier, we partnered with Bayou Mud Coffee, which is my cousin David. He was here in the chat earlier to answer questions. Let me share this again. I'll share his website. Bayou Mud Coffee. So, and we partnered and we created a Broussard Homestead blend. This bag says BH Special Select, but we decided to change that to Homestead Brew. So he's gonna have.
Oh, look who's finally here.
Let me do this. He's got an announcement here on his website. Coming soon, this blend will be available for purchase there. It's BayouMudCoffee.us.
Are you still using it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, Reagan, Southern Boy Prepper is here.
Finally made it.
Finally. I got to talk with Southern Boy Prepper on the phone a little last night. That was nice. Little Bit Spot. Hello and welcome. Skillet,
take a
white
test for the
cornbread,
last
and collard.
2 hours.
Interesting.
Wow.
I would have to try that made by someone who knows how to make that, because I don't know how to cook collards. I'm not good at cooking greens. And no, it's not a bold blend. It's a smooth blend.
It's a medium dark, yeah, but it is really good.
Fresh roasted. He roasts. He buys raw coffee beans. He roasts them. He's got this big setup with software and the
we
whole
need to go do a video.
We do. Well, that's on TikTok, I think. He did a video. Anyway, I need to do that. Oh, Lippy can cook some.
Cook what?
Greens. Collard greens. I just don't know. I know.
You see, I didn't like cooked cabbage until Danny cooked them.
Okay.
It's how it's cooked and how it. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Lippy. I've had greens before and just didn't like it.
The only time I have ever tried, and I don't know what kind of greens it was. It might have been mixed. It might have been collard, turnip. I don't know. But it was greens, and it was at the firehouse, and they didn't wash them well enough, and I was eating dirt. That's the only time I've ever eaten them. So
yeah. I've been drinking Black Rifle coffee, the darkest, boldest blend. It stands up the spoon all on its own.
Pork fat rules, yeah. That's why I like crackling so much. It's chunks of fat fried in fat, and it's delicious.
Strong CME coming tomorrow and Saturday. Expect problems with cell phone and internet.
Good to know. There's been a lot of those lately. Well, Reagan wants some of that coffee. I forgot to.
I posted the link.
Yeah, but I need to put us back.
Oh. I will post it again. For those of you that are interested, he should have that up for sale within the next probably few days. He's waiting on the beans to come in.
Now, those orders, they will be made to order. So once the order comes in, then he's going to roast the beans and prepare them for shipping. So you will get the freshest product.
Yeah.
And you can.
He said it takes him about a day or two.
You can get whole beans
and then shipped.
Oh, my throat just did something weird. You can either get whole beans or you can get ground beans. He did say that, right?
Yeah, you can get it whole or ground.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to try some of the whole beans because we have the grinder, and now that my grinder is all clean, it no longer has cayenne pepper in it.
So that will soon be available on Bayou Mud Coffee. And then, of course, we still have Etsy up to this point, but
yeah, we're going to be looking into.
We're going to start looking at something different, maybe a different platform, or our own store. I'm going to get with David and see how his website is set up and see if we can't do our own like that, because Etsy is just getting weird as far as like asking for information and stuff. I don't know. It's starting to feel really invasive.
It's something to do with the plaid program or something. I don't know, but I've heard a lot of people having trouble with it. And
Spicy coffee, yeah.
Hey, they put Tabasco in ice cream, so you know.
And it's good. It's good though. Speaking of Tabasco, our Tabasco plant is looking.
Oh, Reagan is doing great.
We had two. One of them got eaten by the aphids, and the other one is doing just outstanding.
Yep. So
and these are Tabasco plants from Avery Island, Louisiana, the only place in the world that they make Tabasco brand pepper sauce. And Reagan, Southern Boy Prepper, has a video from the day we went. So you can feel free to share that link, Mr. Southern Boy Prepper.
I need to start collecting some of those peppers. I'm trying to wait for some of them to ripen all the way, because I want to collect some seed.
Good idea. They even make Tabasco jelly beans.
Yep.
Interesting.
They make Tabasco soda. They make
they got all different kinds of
hot
sauces,
barbecue sauces,
garlic sauce.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. And a lot of that stuff you can only get at Avery Island.
I remember one time that we had gone years back, I came home with a bag of wood for smoking meats.
Mm-hmm.
It was Tabasco brand, because it was made from the oak barrels that they used to ferment this sauce.
No, Kate. No.
Oh, Kate.
As a matter of fact, while we were there at the Tabasco factory, they have a bottle with this clear liquid.
Not clear. It's like yellowish.
Was it amber?
It was
amber colored?
Probably about the color of vegetable oil.
Okay.
I would say.
Wasn't sure where you were going to go with that. But it's this clear bottle, and it's got this
like a flask.
Amber colored liquid in it, and it's pure capsaicin. I was like, oh Lord.
You throw that on Kate, she would melt like the Wicked Witch.
One drop, and she. I'm melting. What a world! Oh my goodness.
Tabasco soda sounds like reflux in a can. Yeah, I would. Yeah.
It's actually pretty good. It's the flavor of Tabasco without it. It doesn't really have a whole lot of heat to it. But then that's me, because we eat spicy everything.
Yeah.
Except when Kate's here.
Hashtag don't kill Kate.
Oh. And when Kate's here, I have to be very careful, and like I have to make myself aware of what we're putting into our foods, because Kate is allergic to the capsaicin and peppers. I don't like fermented vinegar taste.
Well, there's a difference though. The Tabasco brand stuff is not made with vinegar. That's true fermenting. It's the peppers. It's mashed peppers, salt, and water, and that's all. That's true fermenting. Mm-hmm. Fermenting actually does not have vinegar.
Now you can take peppers and put them in vinegar and soak them and make a spicy vinegar.
That's pickling.
Yeah.
Not fermenting. So it's different. A lot of people just confuse the two. Don't burn Kate.
Fermenting makes its own vinegar.
Fermented let's see.
Okay.
Fermented wine that has gone past past the fermentation, that's what makes vinegar.
Yeah.
It's the Louisiana hot sauce. Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's
Louisiana hot sauce is
Louisiana
a lot of
is
that
Louisiana
one has a
brand
lot of vinegar in it. Yeah.
hot sauce is overrated. That's not good. Well, no, sorry, Lippy. I said that before I saw your comment.
I don't really care for the Louisiana hot sauce. But I grew up on Tabasco. My grandma loved Tabasco.
Now, Crystals is
we don't
more
use
for
a
like
lot.
wings. That's what I think of when I see Crystals. Crystals brand sauce.
We don't use a whole lot of Tabasco here.
No, just a little flavoring.
Yeah, just a little.
Boop, boop.
Yeah, in certain dishes and.
Chili is not chili without it. I don't know.
I know.
That's the only thing you're getting out of me. That's one of our secret ingredients in our barbecue sauce.
Lippy says Crystal is my favorite, but I make my own pepper sauce.
Oh, you make your own? That's cool.
I may need the specifics on that.
I wouldn't be surprised if she adds that to her store. Don't give away your secrets if it's a secret. Tabasco tastes sweet and hot to me.
It does.
There is a sweetness
There is a sweet taste to it.
Yeah. Salsa in chili? That makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's putting it in her store.
Oh, good.
I'd like to know how to ferment peppers because we have a lot of peppers.
Yeah.
I know there's a way to do it.
Well, I mean, you've got the fermenting kit.
I know.
It's probably simple.
Probably.
If you know how.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look that up. But I want it done the southern way. That's a lot of the problem. Yeah. That's a lot of the problem with learning things on YouTube is you don't always learn it the Cajun way of doing it.
Yeah.
I was gonna be late. She's having to count the drawer.
Okay.
She's
just as long as everything's good.
Yeah. Pickled peppers and okra.
We made some pickled okra.
Vacuum seal is a great way to ferment. You told me about that. Yeah. I'll have to look that up. I gotta get with Rachel. She knows how to do it. It's in a vacuum seal bag. And as the peppers ferment, they put off air, so they expand the bag.
Okay. What happens?
I don't know. See, that's why I have 2 quart bags of Tabasco peppers in my freezer.
That sounds like a rough explosion if that would. You can't say the B word on YouTube.
Haven't decided what to do with them. I did make fermented hot sauce, but it lasts forever. And see, that's why if we're going to make it, I'd like to make them I want to do it as like a gift. Because we have a lot of people. Mike comes over and barters plants or, fertilizer, crawfish tails, or, we have a lot of people that we barter with. Joe and Sheila, we barter with. I'd like to make some things and be able to give them out as gifts. Yeah. I've only canned 18 jars of pickled okra this year. I'm always surprised at how many people don't like okra. I love okra. I have pickled okra in the cabinet. I am hoarding that stuff.
When I was a kid, I wouldn't touch it. I would not.
You don't eat pickles, so.
No. I mean okra. Oh. At all. Like that
was like my favorite vegetable.
Because I would help to cut it, and it looked disgusting.
Yeah.
And I would not try it. But I was a very, very picky kid.
I make 24 quarts of pepper sauce each year. Family eats it like candy. Wow.
Crawfish tails were amazing. Of course they were. Was that some that we had boiled, or was that some from Mike? Either way, I know
No,
they
the
were
ones I
amazing.
gave them to Rachel are the ones that Danny boiled.
Oh,
That's why those were
very special.
perfected seasoning.
Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed those.
I like a couple of them.
No meat,
And one
no
sitting
meat,
in
just
a-
okra. Huh. Now, see, that's one of
Yeah.
those things, you know, that
Yep.
like we were talking
My
about
grandpa
earlier.
used to make
A lot of people, I
yeah.
mean, we're just so spoiled nowadays that we have to have meat in everything, where it used to not be that way.
Put a couple of Tabasco peppers in your jars next time you make pickled okra.
Ah,
Smart.
yeah, use them for
Yeah.
seasoning other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How to run a seafood gumbo with okra slime. A lot of people mess up and they put the okra into the gumbo raw. And it's slimy.
Oh.
I've always learned, my grandparents always did that. Danny did it that way too.
I
Okay.
cut myself earlier, so it's scabbed over.
You cook your okra down ahead of time, and it cooks the slime out of it, and then you add it cooked to the end of the gumbo, towards the end of the gumbo.
Oh, we have a video on that too, Henry.
Yep.
Wink, wink. On smothered okra.
I heard them. Okay. They're amazing, and I got them from y'all. Is all I can tell you. Yeah, that packet that I gave you actually came from. We got some of that's some of my friend Mike's crawfish. He uses an all organic crawfish farm.
He developed his own method of using native plants to cleanse the water.
Yep. So first off, the crawfish are amazing and they're clean. They're like super clean compared to most crawfish that you get. And then Danny actually boiled those and seasoned it all and everything. And we had just cleaned the tails, and we spent days processing tails and packing them up. But those are some really good crawfish. Like the okra slime, just barely warm it up. And see, Danny did too. Danny would have me, anytime I had okra plants out here, he wanted the little baby okra. And it was just a couple inches long, little tiny okra. I call them pickling okra, but the pickling size. But I would cut him probably a gallon bag full of them, and he'd go home and just barely warm them up. I think he boiled them in water, and or he microwaved them. But he would eat them just like that. That was like a whole plate of them was a meal. I love crawfish tails. Maybe I'm a closet Cajun. You spent days processing tails. Yeah, it was crawfish tails. I promise. We had them all and we put them in bags, and I had I don't know how many gallon bags I had in the refrigerator of just the crawfish tails, and we'd have to go through and finish shelling them and deveining them and everything, and then packing them in little 1 pound, 1 or 2 pound packets. I don't know which one I gave you, Rach, but I know those were the ones from the meal we had done. I was told, oh wait. I've heard of open kettle, and I think if I'm not mistaken, that's pretty much it's pretty similar to water bathing. I'd have to look up a little bit more about it. I've only done water bath canning and pressure canning. Night Rach, have a great night. You need to get with us soon about getting together to at least visit on the phone, if not visiting in person. That would be great, by the way. Sounds like chicken innards set aside and big gallon, but yeah, pretty much the same way. I still have chicken innards in the I say innards. It's the liver and gizzards and all the giblets. I still have bags in the freezer. Oh. That's been a process. We're still going through some of the chickens that we butchered. Still have 2 bags of chicken feet in the freezer. Yep. I think I have 1.5 bags left. I've been using the chicken feet to make broth, and we've been making quite a bit of broth and using it. So those are going kind of quick. But it probably won't be long. I think there's 6 roosters out there, and only 1 is gonna stay out there. The rest are gonna be going to freezer camp very soon. Saw a cooking show a couple of days ago, and they were cooking chicken feet as a side dish. Yep. I used to sit with an older lady, and that's one of the things that they used to eat as kids is like chicken feet. Now they were skinned down, and I'm not exactly sure of the whole processing or any of that stuff, but she said they ate them all the time, and I was like, ew, I don't know about that. I've seen where my chickens walk, and I don't think I want their feet in my mouth. Now the chicken feet we use for broth, they have been scrubbed clean. Their skin, skinning down, but I don't know.
I don't want their feet in my mouth.
Well, do you want a chicken's foot in your mouth?
Not really. Not after what Kate and I dealt with last year.
Right.
Hey, KP.
No chicken feet I'm eating. Right? I mean, walk outside to one of those chickens, especially like right after, like early in the morning after the dew or after short rain, and like they're caked up with mud. That's not all mud. That's dookie.
That's dookie.
I definitely don't want to eat no dookie.
43 thumbs up. We're getting close to that 50 thumbs up goal for the night. I'd appreciate it if you guys would hit the thumbs up if you haven't already.
That's dookie, chicken dookie.
If you could let your friends know about us too, because once we've got about 100 subscribers to go before our huge giveaway, and we're still adding things to it. David just added a couple of bags of coffee.
Kate says she's going to be wearing her garden galoshes the next time we do chicken processing.
Good idea. Yeah.
If we don't wear rain suits, we're gonna call them poo suits.
Some level A hazmat suits.
International Farmers Market. You should have heard the Jamaican guy behind the counter telling my friend how to cut the toenails off before they were cooked.
Ooh.
Her face was priceless.
Still making crochet dishcloths for the giveaway. We've had lots of stuff come in.
She's making those for the giveaway, but that's one of those items that it's going to be really hard for me to give away.
From friends and viewers, and people that we barter with. People are throwing in stuff. We've got a list of stuff that we're giving away. There's I can't even begin. There's a bunch of stuff that we've got listed for giving away, probably $500 to $1,000 worth of stuff that we want to give away when we hit 5,000 subscribers. So it's not about us. We like to celebrate with you guys anytime we make um, a milestone. We've been doing that way since the beginning. So
that's one thing I need to do is start making a list of everything, because I have it all in like one little cubby in there. But I need to go through it and make a list of, what it is and who sent it to us, so that I have it, because I need to start prepping for the giveaway, because it looks like we're gonna get there pretty soon.
We should get there soon.
Maybe by the end of the year.
We're only about 100 away, so we're getting real close. One milestone that we did hit recently, Tube Buddy let me know that we have been viewed more than 500,000 times around the world at this point.
Crazy.
500,000 views. Pretty amazing. Weird to think that. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Suburban Hillbilly. It's weird to think that
but we're kind of strange.
we're on people's devices and TVs and stuff all around the world. We've got friends in Canada and all over the U.S. and Australia. People view us in.
There's a weird dude in a kilt in Alaska that watches this too.
People have viewed and commented from African countries on our okra videos, because okra is a big deal over there.
Yeah.
Indonesia. It's really cool to think about.
Yeah, that's awesome. That we're sharing Cajun heritage.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's the part I like, is we're sharing our knowledge, we're sharing experience, we're sharing skills, but we're learning it at the same time. I mean, every time I have a conversation with Lippy, I learn something. Every time I have a conversation with Kate, I learn something. But we've met all these amazing people.
And that's the part of YouTube that I didn't expect getting into it, is getting to know people and making friends around the world. It's really cool. Totally unexpected.
Yeah.
Anyhow, let's end on that good note. we didn't quite make. We're at 45 thumbs up. We're gonna get there. Those who have missed tonight are going to watch
that's your
after
goal.
The fact. Yeah, that's just a fun little thing. I like to try to reach 50 thumbs up. But
Lippy, write a list of questions for Brett when you come through. That way, when you come to visit, he can answer all of your technical questions to the best of his ability. We may have to call Buddy and give him a tutorial, so that when you get home, you can have another tutorial.
Anyhow,
yes, friendships that become family, definitely. Exactly, found family I didn't know I had through YouTube. Right. I mean, we found Reagan through Sean's live.
Yeah, Southern Boy Prepper who lives just down the road. We found him in a Canadian's live stream.
Yep.
That's crazy to think about. And then having Kate in our kitchen teaching us things,
right,
is just unmatched.
That was like a surreal moment. That was like the fangirl moment. It really was.
The same when Lippy gets here. It was a fangirl moment, yeah, for real.
I found myself like not knowing how to move around in my own kitchen because Kate was here, and I don't know. I felt like I was in her way.
You felt like you were inside Kate's kitchen?
Yeah.
All right, guys. So much fun. I wish we could just do this for hours, but
we have done this.
We all have lives.
We have done this for hours.
We'll let you get to yours. Enjoyed it, and next week we'll see you again on Thursday. Until then, good night and God bless.
See you next week, guys.